Hi folks, welcome back to the Hoard. Yeah, I'm just going through the Tractor Supply, and I think I found two tractors I can turn into one tractor, which kind of makes me happy. And these tractors always come with stories. I don't know, some of you guys like the stories, some of you guys think I shouldn't tell them, but I'm going to tell the stories. This is my channel and I could tell stories if I want to, and you guys have the freedom to listen to my stories or not. So, but in the land of these tractors, this tractor a friend got for me. It's another LT100, Craftsman obviously. It's interesting. Looks like the engine is the same year. Hopefully you can see the O2. Craftsman, 17 horsepower. And here's what's wrong with it. You hear that hard thunk? She has a thrown rod, and let me show you why she threw the rod. Look at that oil. It's tar, and it's got a lot less than it should have in it. This tractor has more wear on it. You can see it in the steering wheel and the looseness and all. But other than the blown engine, it's complete. When it blew the engine, they retired it. The carburetor's on it, the air filter, all that stuff. Then I came over here to this one, and I'm not sure about the year on this one, but just quickly, that's what it is. Now, a friend of mine bought this and didn't put that many miles on it. And the story was it's got a hydrostatic in it, and the hydrostatic died. They brought it to a couple of people to get it fixed, and nobody wanted to fix it. So I was just looking at the motor, trying to find some serial numbers. It's a Kohler, and as of now, I have not seen any. Oh, wait a minute. There they are. And I'm going to record these. I'm not sure what year it is. I'm thinking somewhere around 2005. So, you guys could see that. Serial number 3026. I don't know. If you look at the serial numbers the same way, that would make it an 03. I thought it was newer than that. Anyway, this has, I'm turning it the wrong way, but it does have compression. It's up against the compression stroke there. It's 17 horsepower. But I'm thinking, and it does have a few miles on it, because this has a Never Start battery in it with a K8. I'd have to decode that to figure out when this battery was put in it, but it's probably the second battery. So it does have a few miles on it. But you can look at the steering wheel, it's still tight and, you know, in pretty decent shape. So this one has a dead hydrostatic, but oh, just quickly, let me show you the oil. That's what actually impressed me. Look at the oil in this thing. Huh? If every engine we can find had oil looking that pretty. So I'm thinking this engine would be a good transplant into that. Every once in a while I'll see a John Deere that they have the fiberglass hoods on and the hoods are completely trashed. It's one of the reasons why I kind of hang on to the tractors. I'm always thinking that maybe this hood or that hood or the hood off of that guy. By the way, what is that? Is that a hydro? I think that's a hydrostatic too. Yeah, hydro automatic. So that one I should part out for, I should pull the engine off of it. Let me go around and see it. I know this thing has a Kawasaki engine. Right, big Kawasaki. I hope I didn't let that sit around too long and kill the engine. And this has a Briggs. I'm thinking it's got the, oh, it's got an overhead valve 15. Wow, there's a mouse in there. There's a lot of mice in there. This has a 9.4 as a date code. So here's another engine that could get pulled out and put in there. Yeah, every once in a while one has to get out and just see what they have. I should take a look at this fleet of junk too. That's got a Craftsman Kohler, and I know it runs, and all my tent sheds that are a mess. I see gold. This does not have an overhead valve, so I actually like this engine, but it's a 12 horse and it's got a battery and it's got the 5-in-a-row transmission. I know you're only a 38-inch deck. That one burns oil like no tomorrow. This one has a 2-cylinder sideways Briggs in it. Sorry for the bad camera work. Oh, this shit. I already told you about the Kohler. I know that's got a sideways Briggs. That's got a 2-cylinder sideways Briggs. Loading this engine, loading, I think it was this tractor, yeah, into my truck all those years ago. I didn't have front tires on it. One of the front tires were off because I was kind of jamming it into the truck at a sideways angle. And the axle was off, and it pinned my pinky to the floor of the truck between the axle and the floor, and I did not have, that's at Tecumseh, I think, yeah, and I didn't have any kind of plastic guard or anything, so it just crushed my finger into the floor. My finger's still a little off from that one. The nail ended up going black, which was one problem, and the second problem is this puffed up like and turned purple like a cherry, and a well-ripe Bing cherry, that is. And I went to the doctor for a physical a few days later. I didn't have to do surgery on that one. The nail was crushed and split, and there was no pressure behind it other than being smashed. Anyway, I went and saw my physician just for a regular physical, and the finger wasn't really bothering me by the time I saw her, so I didn't say anything about it. But her nurse picked up on the damaged finger and dropped a dime on me. So the doctor walks right in, female doctor, nice woman, walks right in and says, "Let me see your hand." And I hand her my good hand, of course, because who's stupid enough to say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to let you mess with my hurt hand?" And she looks at it and she goes, "There's nothing wrong with that." And she grabs my other hand and she proceeds to put a vice-like squeeze on that damaged fingernail to see if it was infected, right? I guess she said she was looking for drainage. And she was an attractive woman, and she was in a position such that she was lower than I was. So I was enhanced by her, intrigued, distracted by her attractiveness. As she was squeezing the heck out of my finger, suddenly the pain broke through, and there were tears running down my face because it hurt like no tomorrow. And then I was wondering, is she squeezing my finger because I'm staring at her, or is she squeezing my finger because she's really looking for drainage? Anyway, she made me cry, and that's one of the reasons why I am not in a big hurry to go to doctors with damaged fingers anymore. I don't need to have them help me by squeezing the living heck out of it. Anyway, folks, I really want to thank you guys for watching and commenting and subscribing and listening to my stories. Hopefully some of you guys enjoy them. Remember to keep your feet down, keep your head up, and remember to get out there and enjoy all your days. Bye now, folks.